The day of the Lord happens to flip everything out of the devil's control. Without God manipulating the rebellious individual. So when the day of the Lord happens, it's going to be a fall. It's going to be a sudden shock to everybody. Even the devil is going to be like, he's not going to know what to, he's going to lose control. On the day of the Lord, he's going to lose control of everything. Even the devil is going to lose control. And God's going to say, I'm going to just destroy the pornography industry. I'm going to target. And people who actually believe in moral values are going to do the targeting. And they're going to say, Hollywood, no way. The music industry coming out of there, and, the whole Madonna generation, and the whole, like a virgin, like just all the whole everything sexual about Los Angeles and Southern California. They're going to target that. And destroy it. Otherwise, their plan to attack America isn't going to work. Because if they leave too much intact, then the people will continue to go the direction they want to go. They have to really break it down to its basic core. But most of all, they have to exasperate the people and bring them to a place where they got no will to fight. And that's why they say, who could make war with the beast? In other words, they just took such a beating that they have no heart, their boldness, their strength. But those who are truly saved will have that power and boldness. Only problem is it's so few of us. I mean, look at the number 144,000. I'm not saying that's all there is, but that's a very slim. I mean, Los Angeles County is how many people? I mean, I think Grants Pass, Oregon has a bigger population than 144,000. I think it's like 156,000. Grants Pass. Medford's vastly bigger than Grants Pass. So what I'm saying is, out of the whole world, a town the size of Grants Pass, Oregon, would have more people than that 144,000. Those are the ones who are left behind with the seal of God on their forehead. And they say, all right, devil, it's a showdown. The power of God on us and your whole worldly system on you. In other words, we use the power of God. You can use your forward-looking infrared and your Gatling guns and your Hellfire missiles. But we are completely dependent on God's protection and the power of God to keep us safe. Have at it. And then I'm just saying, the 144,000, one by one, they'll put them to death. And at the end, there's 2 left. But each one of them that is put to death, they always lay it down like Jesus did, and like the legend of how Peter went. I don't know if it's true or not. How they say Peter was trying to leave town because he didn't want to be crucified, and then he had a vision of the Lord and said something like, why are you trying to escape your calling? Or I can't remember what it was. Anyway, so Peter went back and laid his life down. Paul laid his life down. Paul basically, they told him, if you hadn't appealed to Caesar, you could be set free. And they gave him that option. They said, why don't you just go, Paul? Don't just reverse this appeal to Caesar and we'll let you go. This is a huge hassle. We don't want to deal with it. Oh no, I appealed to Caesar. I know I'm going to be in prison. The Lord told me I was going to be in chains for the rest of my life. And this is how attain to a greater resurrection. Furthermore, I persecuted the saints of God. So I have a little bit of a guilty conscience. I still remember the look on Stephen's face when we stoned him. And he looked right at me, and right when he did, I knew, I don't know, I started to doubt my unbelief and started to believe, what if what he's saying is true? But he remembered killing Christians. So he knew he had to lay his life down a little bit more. I mean, he had the anointing that Isaiah had to sit and write and write and write and write. So the mantle that was on Isaiah now rested on Apostle Paul. And the mantle for end time revelation that rested on Joseph, right, now rests on John on the island of Patmos. So those mantles are passed around, they stay in the earth. I'm just saying, there's a lot of them. It's the giftings of God. And as a man of God would press in and seek the Lord and lay his life down, his inheritance in heaven became available in this world. And that's why Jesus said 100-fold return. But we're ordained of God to go through suffering. Okay, we're ordained of God to go through trials and hardships to prove that our faith is genuine.